any given day, more than 2,000 young people are locked up in adult prisons. Stated by Campaign for Youth Justice, this is just shocking. It shows that many juveniles are being locked up with people that have more rights than them in many other legal issues, like the drinking age and voting. So why should it be different here? Good morning, judges and classmates. My partner, Laura, and I both agree that having juveniles being tried as adults is morally and ethically wrong. My opponent just presented a plan to have juvenile criminals be tried as adults. This plan has many flaws and is overall impractical and undesirable. First off, having juveniles being tried as adults is impractical for many reasons. 1. Annette Fonetz, a writer of USA Today, states in one of her articles that current research has identified critical differences between the young brain and the adult one, especially in the terms of decision-making skills and impulse control. This means that juvenile would not be able to make the right decisions like an adult would, so they should not be tried at equal levels. Also, if they're being tried as adults, they lack the skill to consult with their lawyers and shape trial strategy. Another thing, this past March, CNN came out with an article about the trial of Jordan Brown, an 11-year-old who is charged in murdering his father's pregnant fiancée with a shotgun. A judge is now deciding if he should be tried as an adult or not. If Jordan is tried as an adult and found guilty, he will be convicted of a lifetime of prison. A lifetime of prison. Jordan might not even be guilty, reports say now, because there were threats by the fiancée's ex-boyfriend to kill her. But besides that point, a lifetime of prison? This means that this 11-year-old boy is done. He has no more life to live. And people on average live 78 years of life, but this boy would only live 11. The reason why I told you this story is because my partner and I both agree that this is very impractical, because for a kid to make one mistake, be tried as an adult, and be sentenced for life, as barely a life because it spends its whole time in jail, is just plain out ridiculous. In the Human Rights Watch report, an organization to protect human rights states that in the state of California, 227 people in prison today were sentenced to life without parole when they were juveniles. 227 people whose lives were cut short because of one mistake. My partner and I disagree against our opponent. I think juveniles should be tried as the juveniles that they are and go to juveniles detention centers, which are places for juvenile criminals to go and get the help they need. Edward Meyer, a former federal prosecutor, says that rehabilitation is largely lacking in the adult prison system, and that the goal of an adult prison is now containment and not rehabilitation. Campaign for Youth Justice states that young people who are kept in the juvenile justice system are less likely to reoffend than the young people who are transferred into the adult system. And according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, youth who are transferred from the juvenile court system to the adult criminal system are approximately 34% more likely than youth retained at the juvenile court system to be rearrested for violent or other crime. So without the rehab, juvenile criminals will go back to their crimes and be arrested again and again. And that just makes their plan undesirable if it's not helping kids become better citizens. Another huge thing that makes the affirmative plan undesirable is that having children in adult jails makes them having a high risk of being raped, battered, or pushed to suicide. That is just completely undesirable because we are trying to help the kids and shape them into good Samaritans and making a better future because the kids are the future. However, if we are having them in adult jails going through times that are traumatic and having them commit suicide and having them not being helped, then what are we doing? Are we making a better tomorrow? In conclusion, the affirmative plan is impractical and undesirable because it lacks rehabilitation. The kids also do not have fully mature brains to make the right decisions, and it could leave them with a lifetime of prison and not really having a fully fulfilled life. According to the Campaign for Youth Justice, the national statistics, every year 200,000 American children are prosecuted in the adult criminal justice system. Now, my partner and I both agree that number is too high and too many juveniles are not getting the help they need. Vote negative. Thank you.